Let's paint today an easy floral wreath. I'm Olga Koelsch, watercolor artist, educator and a book author. Welcome to my studio. If you have a glass or a cup around you, you can use it. I envision my wreath, some kind of cherry blossom wreath. So the basic will be yellowish or raw sienna, and the blooms will be mostly in pink. So I have my yellow green right here. Looks like this. Very beautiful color. Green gold it called. So with my brush I apply paints on the top of my glass. They should be pretty creamy. And you can also add a hint of green, especially if you have some spring green, greenish green around. Be careful if you notice that paint's dripping down. Remove them carefully from both sides, and then do like this, and then you can lift your glass, add a couple of different shades around, and then apply it again, but slightly shifted. Doesn't matter to each of the sides, like this. Then lift it again, and immediately while these rounds are still wet, let's add pinks. I have a big variety of pinks. It's usually quinacridone pink, magenta. So with the tip of the brush I paint nice little blooms. I basically just touch the paper and lift the brush. I want to create a little bit diluted version. I wash my brush. I touch the ring, so to say, apply pressure on the body of the brush, and then release the pressure. I also like to keep the middle of the flower untouched. Very light, very diluted. Try to vary, move your wrist. That will help you to vary the petals, like this. Sometimes you can switch from body of the brush to the tip of the brush and add some tinier brush strokes. You see how nicely it starts to mix, to blend. So your goal should be here just to enjoy, relax, and try to vary brush strokes. Maybe you can also vary pinks and the size of brush, the size of the flowers. So sometimes I paint with the very tip of my brush, and to be honest, I'm still getting used to this paper. It's a little bit new to me, and I'm trying to figure out the good amount, the good ratio between paints and water. That usually takes time once you get used, once you have your favorite paper, and this one is new to me, so it takes time. And if you also paint on something new to your paper, don't worry. After a couple of paints, not couple, after maybe a tenth of paints, you will get used, you will be better understanding your paper. And if you want to learn painting watercolor with me in more depth way, I have online courses. You can find them in the description, in my bio. You're very, very welcome to join. Basically, what I'm doing now, just arrange brush strokes in the way that it will look like a flower. Different angles, different sizes, and different pinks. The trick you can use is to get clean paper towel and go into one of the flowers and lift it a little bit. It will certainly lighten it up. For example, this one was a bit too dark to my taste. Now let's add a little bit more of green leaves. Again, nothing complicated. Basically brush strokes. I touch the paper, I lift up my brush. What's important is the direction. The more variety you will able to create with the direction of the leaves, the more interesting it will look. And now let's add a little bit of different green. I have cobalt green around the corner. I don't like to wash my palettes. And I can add something more grass looking leaves with the tip of the brush. You see, basically I use just one brush, but I'm arranging different brush strokes. They can imitate different plants, different leaf shapes. When you paint wreaths, try to move your back and forth, not go in one direction clockwise or counterclockwise, because that will keep you more engaging with your watercolor, so to say. You paint a little bit here, a little bit there. Your eye would not tired of working at one place. The amount of details literally depends on your taste. Somebody likes to go for minimalistic style. Somebody likes details. That's all very personal. So now I would like, probably as a final touch, I would like to add some small little buds, and this is basically the easiest brush strokes we use today, just the tiny little dots with the same brush. Try to arrange them somewhere maybe around green leaves, so it will look organically as we kind of blend it a little bit inside. Also, I have pretty bold squeezed paints here, and with the tip of the brush I can add details into some middles. Same way, touches, gentle touches in the middle. Sometimes paper is still wet and that spreads darker paint. Sometimes it's already dry, and it all brings to a certain variety. I can see a little bit of very light buds, so basically using the same brush strokes, but it will look more like grass around. The funniest part probably was to press a glass on the paper, right? And it's fun how this simple thing can bring joy and creativity and some new approach to painting. I think it looks lovely, pretty, and I don't want to overdo it, to be honest. I think this is nice. Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope it was fun. Please let me know in comments what would you like to paint next, what painting ideas do you have for the 100-day project. And see you soon. Bye bye.